I remember from last we spoke, you have some interesting stories about the Richard Biegenwald case, and I know you come in somewhere within the middle of it. Why don't we? I'm pretty sure. I think I have a good idea of when it started. I guess it was when you were introduced with the raid and the prep for it. If I'm mistaken, please, just let us know how you were introduced to the case.
Okay, well, you've got most of the background, right, as far as the things that led up to the January 21st, right?
Correct.
January 21st, it was a hectic day and night. There was a lot of running around to be done. So many things: the search warrant, the arrest warrant. We had to buy a car that was used by Biegenwald that we knew had evidence on it from some court evidence.
Were you involved in that with
No, I was still in headquarters. We were still gathering intelligence, learning more about the house they lived in, Fitzgerald, where he worked at a food store in Farmingdale, New Jersey. And there was just a lot of running around. We had detectives running in all different directions. About, I guess, close to midnight that night of the 21st into the 22nd is when Jimmy Fagan had the search warrant signed and came back to Ocean Township Police Headquarters. And we held a meeting there, meeting involving Monmouth County Prosecutor's Office detectives, Asbury Park detectives, and of course, Ocean Township detectives. And in the meeting, we discussed how we were going to handle this raid. We knew that it wasn't going to be easy. We knew that there was a lot of weapons there. We knew there was stories of a poisonous snake. There was supposed to be a hidden room somewhere in the house. Lots of ammunition. They were supposed to be making cigarette lighters in the 22. That would shoot a 22 projectile. So we had a lot of intelligence. We didn't know everything that was for sure, but we did have a lot of information. So we decided that under the circumstances, and knowing that Biegenwald wasn't shy, he had a shootout with Maryland police years before. So with all the guns in the house, we figured the best thing to do would probably try and take them off outside, if we could get them outside. And we discussed several ways we could do that. We thought about having maybe a fire or a gas leak and involving the fire company, have a fire truck roll up out front. But after thinking it over, we'd be putting too many people in harm's way. So we kind of want to limit how we were going to do this with just the police. And so we finally settled on a story where one of the officers would stage like he was doing a burglary. We knew Biegenwald's car was in the driveway, up at the end of the driveway near where the garage was. And we thought maybe we'd do a car burglary. So it was decided that we'd wait till 3 a.m. and we'd do this car burglary and cause enough commotion to maybe waken everybody in the house, get people running around, and maybe we could lure them outside. And one of the prosecutor's office guys said, well, let's make assignments and figure out where everybody's going to be. So Al Lair, I remember whether it was Al Lair or Jimmy Fagan said, well, who are we going to get to be the burglar? And everybody kind of looked around the room, and I just felt all the eyes burning on me. And everybody was looking at me. And here I am. I'm a detective maybe a year by then. I've got long hair. I'm wearing a blazer jacket. And I got on jeans. And, I'm a young guy. So, yeah, it's you. And I was like, okay, all right, I'll do it. I'm up, So we decided that's what was going to happen. And it would happen at 3 a.m. And we kind of waited around. I'm sure you know what it's like. It's taxing on you to sit around waiting 3 hours for something like this. But at 2:45, Mike Dowling and I rolled up about a block away, parked the car, and we started crawling through the backyards to get to Biegenwald's backyard. And as we're crawling through, we get to this area where there's the hedge, and then there's a white picket fence. We know we're there, and it was, it was very strange to be there because I'm looking at the house and I'm remembering, and Mike and I were talking about it, that the Oleskowitz family, they were at their wits' end about what happened to their daughter, and they ended up at some point hiring a psychic, and the psychic mentioned to them a large 2-story green house with a picket fence and an older man. So here's Mike and I in the backyard looking through a picket fence at a large, old, green 2-story house where an older man lived. I don't believe in that stuff particularly, but hey, what are you gonna do?